So before we get there, let's get the bracket up real quick, just to see who's participating.
Yeah, as a reminder, we had so many names, you might have forgotten all of them, but it's definitely going to be good to know. Darkness, Vinny, Dian, No and 5. These were the semifinals. Darkness and No and 5 making it into the finals there, and our third place match is going to be Vinny versus Dian. I like from a creativity standpoint, I like Vinny versus Dian more as a series. From a pure clashing of styles, I like the finals more with Darkness and No and 5. So.
I think it's one of those things where Vinny versus Dian's going to be an entertaining, creative approach, creative clash, and then you've got Darkness, No and 5, two just masters of their arts going head to head. So it's going to be two very different matchups, but both will be equally entertaining in their own way. And we're going to go ahead and kick it over to Bubbles and Spoos to call all of the action.
Vinny versus Dian. What do you think? Who's having the advantage here?
Oh, I'm really not sure. I think Dian. I don't want to, back the wrong horse here, but I think his Germany-France cornflakes deck might help him out in that matchup. And I realize I'm sort of gambling on something which hasn't been working so far, but I have faith, and he seems to have faith in it as well. So I have faith in his faith.
Yeah, especially because Vinny is not having that much aggressive list as no one had, right? So I would love to see this deck win at least one match there. So that would be really cool to see. And it is both Japan's decks being banned.
So that is both Feigned Retreat Jagro out. Both players saying, I don't want to face that. I've got it myself. I know what it can do. And both banning it, which is, fair enough. No Jagro for this one. We see once again.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But you talked about healing earlier.
Yeah, the Man Nostrum for Vinny.
Yeah, but I just figured out. So one matchup I faced was a complete counter matchup, like Honeys into redeployment, 4 fortifications. Looked like I got sniped there. But this burn deck can put out so much damage. We did not see the full potential yet. But I think if you are really finding the perfect answers, it's at least 40, 50 damage, and it does not really look like it, but it can really, really pop off there very quickly and deal a lot of damage. And Dian with a almost perfect starting end here this time.
I mean, the thing which I think surprised me with Dian's deck, and I don't know if this is a flaw or an advancement, but he's actually not running adlets. He has the cost of Lorraine's, but he doesn't have just the original adlets.
You're correct. Did not realize that yet. So I think they probably just changed the deck into a little bit more control style, like with all these root outs. So you have answers. It's not just full rage mode where you just put all this damage out and hope for the best.
But look at this, Dian filling up his hand, and he's got the Reichsbank, he's got the Kriegsmarine, and he's got the Bismarck.
You know what I also realized? There's no Rite of the Valkyries in the deck, right? That is also a very essential card, and that might just be because Dian is not having it, could not craft it, not have any elite wild cards. It's so essential. It just can mean so much more damage each turn, and it's really, really making the deck weaker when this card is not in it.
But look at what's been placed out on the board here for Vinny. I think this is the first time we've ever seen them in an OCC. Actually, not an OCC, in an open or an OCC, in any tournament.
Do you know that Retaliation pops off before Man Nostrum is healing?
Oh, so I didn't, but that could be...
Vinny's HQ is at 10, and Dian is having double Retaliation. He's just winning there.
Oh, yeah, and also
the Kriegsmarine. Oh my god, he can just play another Reichsbank, Kriegsmarine.
Kriegsmarine, Reichsbank.
And next turn, there comes the Bismarck, and the game is over. Oh no, there's a Man Nostrum, unfortunately.
Yeah, Bismarck and Man Nostrum next turn. He needs a second. Oh, this is going to be really tough. Maybe he should have had in depth.
No, wait, they can just play Bismarck and Retaliation. When he goes down to 5 again, and when he attacks, he dies.
Doesn't go down to 5, does he?
He goes to 6. Oh, okay.
He goes to 6, but then it would kill him still, because it would hit the 6. So we've done the maths. Dian might win. We're not too sure. We've done the maths and we're not sure what the outcome
Yeah,
is.
it's 6. It's 5. Well, yeah, it's still dead.
Yeah.
If Vinny
So-
attacks, he's dead. So he should not attack. But what else can you do? You cannot
Or-
wait.
Countermeasure activated.
He can't do anything. You cannot
Wait,
wait.
no, he can strap bomb. He can strap bomb.
Okay, strat bomb and then attack with the lure. He really.
No! Vinny! No! He had to strap
Maybe he did
bomb
also not know about
first!
that interaction.
Oh,
You should've
Dian
taken strap
finally
bombing.
gets his win with the cornflakes deck. With the
Oh.
retaliation.
I'm pretty sure Vinny did also not know that interaction because it's not.
It's
that
not
makes
obvious.
no sense. No,
It's not obvious.
because retaliation says after your opponent deals damage, and Mar Nostrum said when your unit deals damage, so you think it's attack, heal, and then retaliation triggers. No, it is completely different, and therefore,
Oh.
Dian finally making this deck work.
And Vinny, he's going to be beating himself up over not playing that strap bomb. I certainly would be.
If he would have played it, I think he would have won that one.
Oh, I believe so. Unless
Dian only had triple Tailless
yeah.
Torque, no backup there.
And we're back with
Finally.
Dian versus Vinny. We've got them in game. It's all working now. Sorry for the technical issues. I hope you didn't go anywhere. I hope you're all, sitting comfortably. We're in for some good games now. We've got Vinny bringing, I believe that is his Soviet USA ramp deck, and Dian bringing his credit denial deck. I think we will see the turn 2 shelling.
No,
Well, not
daylight
shelling,
bombing.
sorry, daylight bombing. However, Vinny is on 0 credit slots now. Unable to play his War Machine yet. We'll see how long Dian can hold back these credit slots for. He may just go for the Crusader on turn 2. There's nothing Vinny could possibly have to kill it.
I think he's waiting for it next turn to play Crusader Raid.
Yeah. Can also go for the Southern Plan.
Oh, Southern Plan. So many options here.
I think Southern Plan is really most viable when played on curve. We see Vinny going for the War Machine. It is slightly unfortunate for Dian that the deck he built about limiting credits is up against a ramp deck. But Vinny has multiple ramp decks, so it's going to be difficult to not get that. At least he's pushing back against Vinny's ramp. I mean, Vinny has played multiple ramp cards, and Dian is still ahead on credit slots.
Might see the Crusader come out now. Or
Yeah,
is he can also just go Blackwatch. Might even be better.
I like the Blackwatch. Slow
Black-
down Vinny a bit more.
Dian saw that there are not many units in the hand, probably, since they're. I'm not sure why Vinny did not play the 845th at some point.
I think Vinny's very much was focusing on the ramp and just trying to stay as relevant as possible with the ramp. So we'll see Blockade come out, only affect the one unit, but here comes the raid. Vinny's
this
hand
deck.
is going to be very unfortunate this go. Able to play Ural Factory's Bloody Sickle or the 845th. I imagine we'll see the 845th come out.
Look at that Ural Factory, 6 credits. What? Oh my god.
And the 5k Bloody Sickle.
10k partisans. Oh my god, this deck can be so annoying to play against.
However, it does still need to win, though.
Yeah.
As great as Vinny's game has been so far, he can War Bonds next turn. He can very much put himself back into this. I feel like the ramp makes it rather difficult. So
Dian's only win condition are the commandos, right?
I believe he
there's
has
no-
a Commonwealth.
Yes,
No,
you're right.
yeah, so he has
Commonwealth,
the
Rule
Commonwealth.
Britannia. Yeah.
So I imagine the Rule Britannia is mainly for sort of like this this Blackwatch and things. You play it with the Blackwatch, maybe a synthetic rub, and you can do a lot of damage very quickly.
And there are also 4 cup of teas in the deck.
Yeah.
So you can make them really, really high on HP, and then you drop a Rule Britannia, and suddenly you have a 10-10 honey or stuff like that.
And another raid coming out, meaning Vinny unable to ramp this turn. He may just go for the hammer.
Hammer on Blackwatch, yeah.
Yeah.
Or on the Crusader.
You can't really Zukov because I believe the card you draw will also have its credits increased.
I think so too, yeah.
Which means it's not really a very good option. You're essentially paying that increased cost twice. Once when you play the Zukov, and once when you play the card, if you can afford to, that you draw from it. So yeah, I imagine we'll see the hammer come out on either the Black Watch or the Crusader.
Decides to
Gonna
go
target
for the Crusader.
Yeah.
Feels like the Black Watch is not really a threat at this point, especially because there is an Avenger and you can just Avenger it next turn. Ooh.
Dan finding his first cup of tea. Cup of tea is going to be very important this match. Well, there goes the Avenger next turn.
There goes the Avenger play.
We'll probably see the Sickle come out on the Commandos.
Yeah, he found himself also 1 credit Sickle there, top deck.
Also has the Zukov. Not the worst turn for Ilbert to play anything he gets. But these cups of tea from Dian could start to be very scary. Does need to clear the front line, but the Black Watch very effective at killing these little infantries.
Also want a Sickle on the Commando, get rid of this one. Is he also running Carpet Bombing? No.
Zukov's out the 272nd. And Vinny opting to trade into the Black Watch over going face. Dian could be looking at a Commonwealth soon. Oh,
Yeah, very risky to not attack face there, right?
the long-range Desert Group could be really impactful this game. And a Shalling off the top of Dian's deck.
And
Goes
another
for the
Black.
Black Watch, goes for the cup of tea, and is really just starting to pop off. I imagine we'll see Daylight Bombing come out. Clears the front line.
Oh no!
Finds the Commonwealth.
He wins! Dian wins!
Dian takes the game fairly decisively. Vinny just unable to do anything, even with multiple ramp cards. He never reached the war bonds. His only option is to play the Ural factories on this 845th and pray to get a mortar rifles. You have to pray for the mortar rifles. Goes for the parade instead, and that is game. Dian Commonwealthing Vinny out of the second game for the 3rd place.
What a match! Yeah, I think everything just aligned here for Dian in this match. Look at this.
It aligned beautifully, and I'm very glad we got to see this deck work that well. That was worth the wait. I'm going to say that was definitely worth the wait.
Wow, and it must have felt so frustrating for Vinny there when you just sit there and whenever you see a play, your opponent is playing a card that is just destroying this play, making your cards more expensive, making you losing credit slots. It is so frustrating, so I can feel the pain here for Vinny. And we jump. Wow, what is this?
Dude.
Not 15-minute break here.
Oh.
We just straight into the 3rd match. If
It's
Dian wins this one, he's the 3rd place match for today.
Yeah, and we've seen Dian have some relatively good success with this deck. And double Red Devils, not deciding to keep both by the looks of things.
Oh, look. Did Dian gave away the Plan West? No.
Yeah, he did. He just drew a new one.
Okay. What was he looking for? Probably Tano Regiment?
Potentially. Maybe like the engineers. I'm not too sure. Has the half-track as well. I think the half-track could be very nice this matchup, but Vinny does have some tank guards, which are obviously not bounceable.
Oh, there's a Unity already.
Yeah. Vinny, I believe, does have the it does have 2 confusions in the deck though, so you do have to
and another one.
Oh.
These
and I imagine this hammer is probably going to have to be the saving grace here for Vinny. Unless Dian can find another Plan West and save the buff. Or considers going for the buff this turn.
He has 2 in hand.
Yeah. And yeah, like I say, Vinny going to have to use this hammer to keep himself alive. Going to go for the Warbonds this turn. playing it risky. And if Dian not going to go for the buff yet, just going to hit face for 6. I was going to say, if Dian was going to Unity that Red Devils again, it would be out of hammer range. But finds the naval off
brigade.
the top of the deck.
Oh la la.
And has enough credits to target the Red Devils. But yeah, there is this half track.
Yeah.
Thinking about going for the hammer. Goes for the hammer and the T60.
Good play. Because the T60 cannot be bounced by the half track.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
Dian has to deal with it. And now he's having the naval brigade left.
Not only the naval, but the T-34 as well. And another T-60. Vinny finding some beautiful answers to this game.
It's always naval, right?
I think you have to, yeah.
Like your opponent has to trade all of these 2/2s into that.
Goes for the parade, hits the Avenger.
Oh, what?
However, Vinny overdraws, right?
Oh, and that naval brigade is just
Naval
gone now.
gets destroyed with the overdraw.
Dian going for the nukes here probably. Since there's not much healing in any stack. And he overdrew the we can do it.
Can also go for the penicillin if he wants. It's a bit cheaper and buff up his legions. I feel like that parade may be a mistake, which is starting to backfire on Vinny. Can start to chuck up these T-34s though. Also has the T-60, but I feel like being a little bit more active may pay off here. Definitely needs like a Man Nostrum. Able to trade. Goes for both.
What?
I would have expected a trade into a red banner, but that's okay.
That is 8 more damage this turn, but Dian not going for it. Just go straight further into the nukes there.
Clogs the front line. Vinny really needing a Man Nostrum this game. Oh wait, why am I talking about Man Nostrum when he's got...
Yeah, there is no Man Nostrum. Almost his only heal was the we can do it. Or maybe 845th additionally, but we don't see any.
Look at this Stars and Stripes that Vinny's setting up. You have to red banner one of these T-34s.
Dian setting up, yeah. Stars and Stripes.
Yeah. I mean, Vinny's out here is to
Yeah, he's setting us up himself. Okay, I see that one. So if you're really... Dian here, you just go for the nukes, right? And win.
Yeah.
Not really. No. You cannot really win at this point.
Yeah, next turn you drop a nuke. Clears the board.
Clear the board. Yeah, exactly.
Next turn you play the other one, you win the game. Unless Vinny can find a 845th rifles. I imagine we'll see Vinny drop the ramp to try and draw some more cards. Trade out onto the board. And then try and clear some hand space. But it's it's definitely scraping here. Grasping at straws.
And at this point, not even one more we can do it helps. So you need both of them now.
You need the 845th. But even if you play the 845th, there's risk it just gets Stars and Stripes. And then nuked anyway. Hits face for 5.
Oh, by the way, it's only having one we can do it in the deck, so...
845th is the only out.
Yeah. But even then...
Even
also
then,
need
it's
to
very
kill
risky.
your own unit.
Oh no, the nuke damage will do it.
Partisans. That's it?
That's game, right?
There's no way.
If he had a Ural factories, he could potentially get a Pershing in the front line. That has... Oh, but wait. Go for the Avenger. Go for the Avenger. Red banner the Avenger. No! Oh, you had to play the
Avenger into Pershing, go to the front line. He had enough credits.
It's a 50-50 chance of getting the Pershing in the front line. Oh, but he doesn't see it. And ends up getting second Manhattan Project. Vinny not quite seeing the out there to survive the second nuke.
Yeah, and that Pershing would have also survived that nuke.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 50-50 chance. You can get the other B-17, but I think it's a
Yeah, you have
50-50
to go
chance is a lot better than a 0% chance.
Absolutely.
A lot better odds. And
Oh,
Dian
man.
taking 3-0 fairly decisively as well.
That was impressive. I did not expect it to be that obvious win here. But all stars aligned. That burn deck worked perfectly. The Brit draw denial deck worked perfectly. And also the Legions deck here really, really paid off with all these early Unity strengths. Really a lot of pressure there for Vinny. And yeah, easy 3-0. It looked easy. He made it look easy.
Yeah.
And I think we just give it back to Ollie and Christo at this point. How did you find the match?
Going into this, Ollie, you mentioned that, Dian's matchup against No 5 was probably the least favorable matchup possible. And I think we just saw a perfect example of that when Dian goes up against somebody like Vinny, whose lists are a little bit slower. Dian's list worked perfectly. What they brought to the table, what they were expecting to do, we just saw it all play out in textbook fashion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there is too much to talk about here, really, because it's like you said, Dian came in with plans. Those plans worked out. He won all his games, and if we put that into the context of the previous series against No 5, Dian came in with some plans. Those plans didn't work out because No 5 beat him to the punch, and he lost all his games. So I think that's pretty much the story of what we were seeing here. I mean, I want to pretty much just touch on game 2 and just how potent that credit manipulation was, and how he was able to absolutely brick Vinny's hand to the point where he was basically not able to ramp at any given point. It's absolutely nuts how effective that deck was in that situation, and I have a feeling that out of this lineup, we're probably going to be seeing this deck make an appearance on ladder in the coming weeks, given how it just displayed its capabilities here today.
And I think that matchup was a great example because I was taking notes as I was watching that one, thinking that could have gone either way. Again, we talked about it a bit before, depending on how the draw went. If the ramp was able to get there and start to execute from turn 1, we would have seen a little bit of a different outcome there. But the ability to deny and build on Dian's side was an absolute game changer, and we saw that play out. Just again, it was in textbook fashion. Like you said, Ollie, Dian brought plans, and when they work beautifully, and we saw that happen there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just the way you kind of have to approach when you're playing against Dian. It's like you know his plan, and your whole thing has to be around stopping his plan, and not necessarily following your own. And I think that's kind of, I mean, Vinny made a couple mistakes. I mean, he didn't, for instance, try and go for the Pershing to stay alive in that last game. So maybe a little bit of frustration about how the first game went, lingering there, and then going into some connectivity issues. It's not really conducive to creating the best state of mind, let's say. Yeah. But I also think that just Vinny was dealt a tough spot there. And I think this is just how, I think this is the reason why we saw Dian in the top 4. I think the series against No 5 was probably just not indicative of how his games were going in the lead up to this broadcast. But this is why he's there. These decks are extremely awkward to play against. They really punish you if you try and go for the control side or kind of late game side of beating somebody. So yeah, if you want to beat Dian, bring some fast decks.